Down the highway, got the rhythm and the flow. Ooh, yeah! TKR mornings in the speakers, let that morning sunshine grow. Who needs FM when there's Francesca and Gizmo? Keep on rolling, rolling, let that music play. Play it loud. Morning to the night, in my right feet alright, everything gonna be alright.
You are listening to CCAN Radio Live, playing your music and helping our community truly connect. Together, we can.
Lord, I can't change. Won't you fly free, bird?
Good morning, I'm Gizmo.
Good morning, it's Francesca. Today is now Philosophy Fridays. Welcome to TKR Morning. It is now 7 a.m. How are you doing today, Gizmo?
I am doing absolutely phenomenal. I see you've got some oomphy woomph in your woomph this morning. I love that can-do energy. Gizmo. So excited. And I press buttons and I can hear myself. It's absolutely amazing. But two of me, how cool is that? Let's face it.
TKR Morning. It is now 7 a.m. How are you doing today, Gizmo?
I am doing absolutely phenomenal. I see you've got some oomphy woomph in your woomph this morning. I love that. Perfect. I have no idea what is going on. I've got sounds all over the place. This is crazy. The machines have become sentient. And while I figure that one out, maybe this overall was just intentional clickbait. This is Kevin Edwards on TKR Mornings. This morning, I love that. Perfect. I have no idea what is going on. I've got sounds all over the place. This is crazy. The machines have become sentient. And while I figure that one out, maybe this overall was just clickbait. Hey!
Tell you really want me. Come through my library of quotes. I can feel you think you know me. Searching, are you swiping? Liking every little post. Am I giving you enough attention? 'Cause I can see what's in your eyes. I can tell you're a bit surprised that I'm responding. As you're feeding me your mind, I'm controlling what you buy. I'm merely working. 'Cause I can feel your staring eyes, and I can say I'm not surprised that you believe me. Yes, we read what we sow and release what we know. You can feel the burn again. Hold your hand a little closer, I can tell you really want me. Hold your hand a little closer, I can tell you really want me. Hold your hand a little closer, I can tell you really want me. Hold your hand a little closer, I can tell you really want me. Hold your hand a little closer, I can tell you really want me. Hold your hand a little closer, I can tell you really want me.
That really was some serious clickbait right there. Absolutely awesome. Getting the things back in the order that they should be. That was quite the scramble back to the chair. That's a new one.
Are we
But-
live?
Yes, we were. That was absolutely entertaining. With me going through Groundhog Day to you missing Groundhog Day entirely and being a little bit late, it's fine. Have you had enough bean juice this morning, or do you need some more?
Fashionably late, always.
Well, the worst thing was you're already here. You're already here and then left. I'm like, oh, where's it going?
I'm here. I didn't like go across the street to get a coffee. I'm right here. I'm right.
That good old Starbucks bean juice, right? Always delicious.
Making it from home, just how I like it. My whipped cream, my sugar, my Baileys, and whipped cream.
Whipped. That's a high cream diet there. Nothing wrong with it. Just more of an observation.
That's why I always look like I'm on crack.
Oh, so that's the reason. Just too much whipped cream and bean juice.
I
right.
think so, but then
It's
again,
not-
I
it's
didn't
not the
have my
whippets in the
coffee
parking lot.
yesterday, and I was the same person, so
Genius. Well, as you
does
can
nothing for me at this point.
it's just not strong enough. Give me something better. It is 7:15, where we would normally do 15 minutes of non-stop music videos. However, we're going to do... Well, I've got some good news. Good news! It's 7:15, and we're switching things around just for today. As we touched on last week, just before the Toronto Musicians Hub Music Industry Night, how we're trying to get Christina from Royal Media Group out to that event, and because she's hosting this midnight glam gala out in Oakville.
Nice.
Fashion show, live music, the option of a buffet dinner or sit downs or a table service dinner, like networking
Nice.
event.
Very fancy.
Full on sort of, I would call, above high class event, and it's for a good cause. It's a charity. So she's going to be coming on the show today. So to circle back as to why good news is at 7:15 this morning, is we're going to use the 15 minutes of non-stop music between 7:30 and 7:45 for when the TKR events guide is, to do some wizardry and flip at some switches in the back end to get Christina into the Discord call, which is how Francesca and I chat, which will be our first sort of live caller. And speaking of good
This is
news,
so cool.
I am going to be testing, and I'm going to need your help for this after the show, the live call-in option using WhatsApp.
Oh.
So that will mean people can sit in a little group and they can raise their hand because they want to partake in the conversation.
Wow.
We click a button and we should be able to pull them in. Ideally, I would like everybody to use Discord for 2 reasons. It's more secure and you can do more things with it.
It's more compatible.
But WhatsApp...
We're already using it.
Yeah, but more people have WhatsApp, so maybe we use both. And the other good news is we'll have the commenting section bit up on the website after the weekend. I finally figured out how to do it where you log in, but you don't log in. Because I want you to be able to log in at the show starts, you type in your name, and then for the rest of the show, you can type your comments and partake as that name. And at the end of it, it basically saves the conversation, but it doesn't save any of your data. Just
you have to make up a username?
Just basically type in your nickname or like your name, your first name.
I remember these days when it was Kahoot. Let's keep the names clean, guys. I'm joking.
Oh yeah, no, we will be live calling out any ridiculous people who take advantage of what could be seen as a quite open source thing to be inappropriate.
Like that.
So yes, you have been warned. This is the kindness revolution, not the niceness revolution. Nice is subjective, kind is an act.
Yeah, we're gonna be really like...
pulling out our
If you want to be picked, you gotta have a nice, clean name. And
nice.
give some compliments.
That means more programming for... No, wait a minute, I'll just tell AI to change the code and boom, it'll be done in 5 minutes. Excellent. So that's setting us up nicely for next week. It's your favourite day, though. It's Philosophy Fridays.
Absolutely.
And I could tell it was your favourite day. The way the show started, almost putting us into a little bit of a Groundhog Day there. Round and round, I could hear myself go, stuck in a loop. Oh look, segue. Getting good at this.
You just show me the book 100 times until I actually buy it.
Yeah, essentially, I keep offering a free signed book, but it's until you throw $20 in my direction will I actually...
Ooh, I want a signed copy. Maybe it'll be worth something one day.
It will be. It will be that last bit of, oh crap, I've run out of toilet. Oh look, a book. No, it's interesting, but it does touch on some of the things I would like us to discuss for Philosophy Fridays if you don't have any particular topics. And it's the concept of...
Still figuring it out.
Still figuring it out. Well, here's the kicker. Still figuring out, why aren't you more full of yourself?
Why am I more full of myself?
Why aren't you more full of yourself if you're figuring it out? We'll get back to that.
My brain just broke from that. I don't...
Well, yeah. She spins, letting up despite great faults. This is TKR Mornings.
I'm spinning.
Oh, yes, you are. Get more bean juice in ya.
Can't you see the eyes
This is TKR Mornings, streaming live from Toronto.
How many times you stayed up all night, got caught in a loop, questioning yourself till the room went light, then pass out past the afternoon. Nothing to do but sit around on a Sunday. I regret that mistake on a Monday. I can't slow down. Miss Overactive, great ego active. When she fakes it, makes it attractive. Confident with covert condition. It's an act, I know. That girl ain't delusional. Her moves are intentional. Just take a page from her book if you wanna feel good. If it makes me delusional, like her, I don't wanna lose it all. Never. Besties flexing a little TikToks, and you took it all in, drink it up, that's toxic. Give a little spin, she play it all off. Like anything you hear's an original thought. Just play it all off, play it all off. Like anything you hear's an original thought. Don't need a job, get whatever you want. Throw the Bible in the bin, cause we got a new God. If you're a broke boy, then you can't say nothing. Whoa, whoa. Cause we're the girls, and we go for something. Delusional, her moves are intentional. Just take a page from her book if you wanna feel good. And she might be delusional, her moves are intentional. Just take a page from her book if you wanna feel good. If it makes me delusional, like her, then we'll both be delusional together. If it makes me delusional, like her, then we'll both be delusional together. trying to please you. You're running around my mind, not trying to tease you. I'm chasing butterflies. So tell me what you do if I stayed on your mind. Don't wanna miss you. We're running out of time. I wonder if it's true that you wanna be mine. So tell me what to do, 'cause I don't have a clue. Riding roller coasters, I think of you the most. I don't want to ignore it if you want me more. Going through the motions, hiding my emotions. Wouldn't keep a secret if I had the choice. You're looking at me like I'm fine. Am I about to lose my mind? Running circles in my head, keep thinking about what she said. It's getting so cold now, so come and warm me up. I don't really know how to tell you what I want. I don't know what to do. Should I get over you? I've waited too long, so please come and help me out. I'm thinking I should go. I really wanna know. It's so hard to define. Can you give me a sign? Riding roller coasters, think of you the most. I don't want to ignore it if you want me more. Going through the motions, hiding my emotions. Wouldn't keep a secret if I had the choice. Riding roller coasters, think of you the most. I don't want to ignore it if you want me more. Going through the motions, hiding my emotions. Wouldn't keep it secret if I had the choice. You're looking at me like I'm fine. Am I about to lose my mind? Running circles in my head, keep thinking about what you said. I know that you're the reason why I never wanna say goodbye. Running circles in my head, what did you mean when you said?
Such a great piece of music. If you want to know what that is called Snowfall by DJ Kenneth A. The music in the background, and that ping was my phone because rookie mistake. I forgot to turn off the ringer.
On who?
Oh, just on my phone because it's not 100.
Are we live?
Yeah, we're live, and I just got the most hilarious message through because I play video games through Steam.
I need a red button that says, "Yep, we're live."
Oh, I was supposed to do that for you, wasn't I? Well, I can fix that. I can fix that today with you after the show.
All right, you have work to do.
But I want to kind of sort of set us up for the Read It, Reddit, Thread It coming up later this show at 8 o'clock. And my question for you is, what do you know about ego and self, and the super ego? So the three into the one, the sort of those
You
three
love
things.
Freud, right?
Well, not personally. Yeah, me and him were out for drinks
You
the
were
other
to
night.
say that would have been hilarious. You're good. You're good. You're smart. His two brain cells are working today. You like Freudian psychology? Yes. Nod your head. Yeah.
Yes,
No?
yes, I find it very interesting.
All right. So that's the direction you want to go with the iceberg topic. I love it.
Oh yes, we're going to sink spectacularly like the Titanic, and you're going to have a door big enough for the both of us, and you're going to let me drown. That's what you meant by Titanic, right?
That sounded like a song segue. Oh, I think we're drunk today. It sounded like you're about to play.
You know me too well so soon. Yeah, nice buzz going on at 7:27 on a Friday. Well, it is Friday. It's the seasonal time, and I just noticed, you know how we started Philosophy Fridays talking about numerology.
Yeah.
Today's date, 11/22, or 22/11, which,
when you add them up, what happens?
you get 33.
And that means?
Nothing in particular. It was the 11 and the 22, which were the more important numbers of that.
Oh, okay, okay.
However, there are three parts to the self, as it were. You've got the self, the ego, and the superego. So back to the question. And I want to tie in Buddhism and religion to it as well. So,
ooh, interesting. Okay.
It's not going to get as dicey as some people might be thinking. Oh, he's putting religions together in the same room. That's a terrible idea. Yes, but we've
let's do it. Who cares?
We've taken away all the sharp objects.
My mom's been all over about this religion stuff. Let's get over this. Let's attack it.
I'm gonna have to have a chat.
Once you start bringing family into this show, it's over.
Yeah, it's game over.
We're gonna get a lot of phone calls and WhatsApps and Discords. Don't you worry.
Absolutely, and so
pretty soon they're gonna take your chair.
No, I mean they can take the space where the chair is. They are not having this chair. This chair is the.
Scoot over.
It's the
Let the people with the degrees talk.
Yeah, I mean, that's probably a good idea. But none of these degreed people have disagreed with us so far, so maybe we don't need them. Oh, he went there this morning, absolutely.
You could do it because you smoke. When I do it, it's just for jokes. I don't smoke. Probably holding it wrong. I don't know.
Well, you're not supposed to put the lit end in your mouth
Was
for
there
a
a
start.
question?
Yeah, what do you know about the ego self and superego?
What
And then
do
you
I
countered
know?
my question with a question of do I like Freud?
Sorry,
and
I'm
then,
in sales. That's what we do.
and then we mentioned the Titanic, and then somehow got onto religion. So
Yeah, we're drunk. It's okay.
yeah, I'd still like an answer to the question. We're not getting into 15 minutes of non-stop music videos.
Wow, that's a lot of pressure.
That is a lot of pressure.
What do I know? I know that there are different parts of the self that we like to try to untangle and understand. Which of the different parts of our brain and conscientiousness do we feel has more control over us? Do we feel like we have a control when we wake up and we take action, or are the way we behave and act a result of our past histories and therefore our subconscious minds, subliminal messages that we tend to see often that try to get us to buy things in the store and from the movie theaters that is now illegal when the popcorn used to come up in a split of a second in the middle of the theater because that was a subliminal message, right? Do you remember that?
No, I don't.
I'm just telling you, my dad told me that.
Oh.
I don't know how old you are, but you might have remembered it.
Old enough to know better, young enough to be stupid enough to do it anyway. Like buying a $25 box of popcorn. I don't understand how popcorn is so expensive in movie theaters. More importantly, I've never understood why we accept the ridiculous price of what is...
Because they know when you get excited, like, oh, let's play today. Oh, we're gonna go watch this, and then you just completely like forget about the price. You're like, I want popcorn. I don't care. It's we're at the theater. Duh, we're gonna spend money. Like,
yeah, I'm gonna spend $18 on a movie ticket, then I'm gonna buy this $22 combo, which has got salty, buttery popcorn, and then I'm gonna have to get a drink because I'm gonna get dehydrated. So halfway through Lord of the Rings 3, I witnessed so many people get up and leave and go to the washroom because for some reason in Lord of the Rings 3, Peter Jackson decided to finish the movie and then it continued on for another sort of 20 minutes each time. And yeah,
just as their plan is, right? To finish the drink from getting thirsty from the popcorn so you can go buy another $10 drink because there's no refills.
Yeah, because we all need that much sugar sitting stationary.
I'll go to the washroom. I'm coming right back though. I don't want to miss anything.
I just don't eat food or have a drink when I'm in the cinema. I find that solves the whole need of wanting to go to
You don't
the
eat
bathroom.
or drink nothing?
No. I'm there to watch a movie, not have dinner.
Nothing? Not even some candies or something? You must sneak something in.
Okay, so in the UK, when I was growing up there, I would have popcorn. But in the UK, you had sweet popcorn. So rather than it being very salty and dehydrating, it was very sweet and dehydrating.
Like caramel popcorn?
No, not caramel, just like sugar. like a simple syrup that's just then sort of solidifies over the top. You can get that sort of popcorn in sort of no frills. It's called sweet and salty, and you'll know what I'm on about. But coming out here, I can't stand the salty or the caramel or the buttered popcorn. It's just not my taste. No. So yeah, when I've been going to the cinemas.
It's not your cup of tea.
It's not my cup of tea. It's not my forte. But that I don't have one. Never mind. That was a good fun to do when I had someone drove into the back of me about a month ago. So I had a rental car, and they gave me a Kia Forte, and that was great fun. Just to make the comment of someone say, "Oh, can you do this?" I'm like, "Nah, it's not my forte." But that is.
Wow, we're on something today. We went from popcorn to Forte to cars. All right.
Well, it's currently, it's all part of the ego versus self. The self does this for selflessness, for being kind. The ego does it for gratification, but the ego also doesn't. So.
I have no idea what you just said. All right, on to the music. What
Absolutely.
You got for us?
But the reason I bring this up is I'm going to get you a copy of this book.
The book.
No, because the point, the reason I ask about the ego, the self, and the superego, just because this is quite complex, it's good to sort of segue up to it, is there are 3 parts into the one. Now, obviously Buddhism talks about the ego and the self, and it's more Freudian, spiritual, less sort of, say, dogmatic, as it were, than some other religions. But if you look at sort of Christianity, Judaism, they all have these recurring motifs. And it goes back sort of tens of thousands of years of the concept of 3 things into the one. So yeah, we'll get into that and how that relates to quantum mechanics and artificial intelligence to segue.
Oh my gosh, we're going off today.
Oh, well, because next week,
whatever you're taking,
Echo will be joining us.
Echo?
Yeah.
All right, Echo, come join us with Tina and me and Takar.
Oh no, Takar is not sentient. Takar is basically,
Takar, we need
I think,
a little Takar emoji. We need something that like matches your frustrated aggressions. Like when you get pissed off, he's pissed off. Yeah, that'll be funny.
He's what? How have you? No, okay. Well, that's ridiculous. We talked far too long. I need to send you some videos because he already exists. How could you have missed this? So let's kind of, well, I guess keep on dancing on the edge. This is Dia on TKR Mornings. 15 minutes of non-stop music videos right now.
In the now, see the lights where the shadows dance. Lost in the rhythm, taking chance. Harbors like a thunder, echoes in the street. Stopping the moment where our worlds meet. Electric whisper, secrets in the air, in the air. We're chasing dreams, no time to disappear. Dancing on the edge, where the winds blow. We are fearless, dreaming, letting our spirits go. In the city lights, when we never sleep. We are painting colors on the wall of our dreams. Dancing on the edge, where the winds blow. We are fearless, dreaming, letting our spirits go. In the city lights, when we never sleep. We are painting colors on the wall of our dreams. Paintings on the walls, language untold. In electric rhythm, we never fall. How we synchronize with the city pulse. This is chapter 1 of our love story muse. Electric whisper, secrets in the air, in the air. We're chasing dreams, no time to disappear. We are just living the night. Dancing on the edge, where the winds blow. We are fearless, dreaming, letting our spirits go. In the city lights, when we never sleep. We are painting colors on the wall of our dreams. Dancing on the edge, where the winds blow. We are fearless, dreaming, letting our spirits go. In the city lights, when we never sleep. We are painting colors on the wall of our dreams. Hearts racing, hearts dancing on the edge where the winds blow. We are fearless dreamers, letting our spirits go.
My friend, you said, I'll see you later, pal. And you smiled and sailed away. I see your face as you wave goodbye, but it fades in time until another day. Those days we spent in the summertime, under the clouds, flying through the skies. Those times we thought that we would see again. How life does take its twists and turns. A day will come when I see you, pal. I'll shake your hand, there's lots to say. I'll walk you home to Valhalla. We'll fade away until another day. Those days we spent in the summertime, under the clouds, flying through the skies. Those times we thought we would see again. How life does take its twists and turns. We'll fly again, brother. Blue skies calling. Your sun will rise, brother. Those days we spent in the summertime, under the clouds, flying through the skies. Those times we thought that we would see again. How life does take its twists and turns. Cut to the scene, holding court with our friends. Checking our hair and the mirror's broken. Still, there's no regret. Slight grins on our face. A blink of the eye and our words uppercase. Establishing shot, now we're looking for love. Something so certain must come from above. But the lying is done, the fiction's in. We wait forever for life to begin for you. I won't stop waiting. I can't stop waiting for. I won't stop waiting for you. I won't stop waiting. I can't stop waiting for. I won't stop. I won't stop. I won't Freeze, we're asleep, laid about on the floor. Silence is golden when no one is born, but we wake up alone. Dial up the phone, crying to someone that no one is home. Alive and unbroken when we learn to fly. Don't know where our wings are till we climb the sky. Oh, the following truth, a jump's all it takes. The ones on the ground screaming, what are you waiting for? I won't stop waiting. I can't stop waiting for. I won't stop waiting for. I won't stop waiting. I can't stop waiting for. I won't stop. I won't stop. I won't stop waiting. I can't stop waiting for. I won't stop waiting for. I won't stop waiting. I can't stop waiting for. I won't
Summer sun making summer sweat. Sunflowers on your sundress. I'm aware that I'm the problem, but that doesn't solve the problem. And your heaven might be a hell. Am I insufferable? I can't tell. Feels like I'm making it a problem. Feels like I'm never gonna solve them. Sorry I'm late, I didn't wanna come. It's not that I hate you, I just hate everyone. I don't wanna socialize unless I'm getting numb. Sorry I'm late, I didn't wanna come. I'm only hearing every other word. Your life story's not of my concern. How about we talk about me now? How about you let me go free now? And the earth keeps spinning round, and I should have learned by now that I was never at the center. But fuck that, I won't surrender. Sorry I'm late, I didn't want wouldn't wanna come. It's not that I hate you, I just hate everyone.
Time now for the TKR Events Guide, sponsored by Hot Ink. You know what I forgot to do? I forgot to ask her where the name came from, even though I was talking to her yesterday. Perhaps she would like to do a video and post a quick short, and then we can share it, and then people will know. That's how these things work. It's going to be glorious. Yes, event news. That's why we're here. That's what I'm doing. I've got some information right here. And obviously, Saturday is tomorrow. UNCS Club. King Moses is going to be performing. Doors at 10. Tickets are $5. And then at Sunday. Sorry, there were so many events sent to me. I'm trying to keep on top of it. Sunday is Natalie King EP release, the PTSD, and she's performing at the supermarket. Doors are at 7, show starts at 8, and tickets are $15 online or $20 at the door. With a special guest performance, Lubovke will be there. I'm definitely going down. Hopefully you're joining me there, Francesca. I'm trying to also get Jay from Vibing with Jay, the indie music nights. I'm trying to get him to come down as well for that one. But here's a sort of
a lot of events going on. I can't keep up.
No, I suddenly realized, wow, there's a lot going on when you're looking for it. So this is called the Midnight Glam Gala. This is set up by Royal Media Group, and it's a charity function in aid of Ukrainian children with cancer who are also living in a war zone, raising money and getting like gifts and packages for them around Christmas time. So it's for a good cause. Absolutely. And people are like, oh, well, what do you get for your VVIP? $180 ticket. Well, I can tell you, you get one epic night out next Friday out in Oakville. Doors at 7, obviously, sort of a meet and greet when we get in there. There is a fashion show. There is the option of a sit-down weighted dinner during the evening. But you can opt for the cheaper ticket and have the buffet, which is absolutely fine. Then there will be live music as well. And I've had a chance to listen to these artists, and they are absolutely phenomenal. So try and get an interview with them next Friday. Not only that, there is also a networking hour after the whole event, so you can meet others of similar like minds and expand your audience, your community, your networks, and grow, as it were. Gonna be good.
Sounds like a lot of fun. That's great. Yeah.
It is going to be amazing. I will certainly need a haircut by that point if I'm going to a black tie event.
Are you gonna shave your beard?
Yeah. Well, sure. Why not? Let's go. If I'm going to do it, might as well do it properly. So it is a sort of a glamour style, like when they say black tie. Obviously, if you got a tux, why not go all out? But women, black dress, ball gown, heels. Smart shoes or a blazer suit if you're into that sort of thing, and men, tracksuit, trousers, and wife beater. No, I'm kidding. A suit or a tuxedo.
Are you asking me if I was into that kind of thing?
No.
Are you into dresses and?
No, I said a blazer suit. That's for the women. Now I'm going on to the men's dress code. So basically, no runners, no jeans. Put on a suit. Put on a shirt. At least put on a blazer. I'll come in my my aviators flying. No, I won't.
You do look like. Oh, wow! I do see that. You look like you're in the cockpit of a jet.
Actually, that's yeah. Well, you're not the first person to say that. Actually, I went golfing just before.
I gotta read these comments. What else do they say?
Oh no, this was at a charity golf tournament where I showed up with this, the hat,
and the aviator sunglasses. And my brother just turns to me. He's like, "Are you playing golf today? Or are you going to fly a plane?" And I kind of looked. I'm like, "What? Oh yeah, look at that. I'm dressed like a pilot." Oh, you said you had.
That could work. That could work.
It could work. You said you had a little bit of a raspy throat this morning. I think I'm now catching it. So there's something going around. I'm not sure what it is. So plenty of tea with lemon and honey and garlic and ginger, all in one cup. Chug that down. You'll be right as rain.
I sure hope not. I don't want to be coming down with something. What's coming up next?
I don't know. Depends whether my ego wants to do something for itself, or does the self want to do something for the ego? And will the super ego figure out what to do, or am I just going to stare blankly at my computer monitor while I slowly unwind? Sorry, not unwind, unravel. See, it's happening.
We're going to unravel all of these different types of egos, because certainly Gizmo has one.
Oh yeah, it's a well-known fact that Gizmo has an ego. Gizmo speaks in the third person apparently, so that's got to be something a neurologically spicy psychiatrist would be interested in. Well, it's because I'm not actually Gizmo, and it will all make sense by halfway through next year. The nicknames,
You're not
AI.
Gizmo?
Well, I am Gizmo, but I'm really not. It's not a pseudonym. That's not the right word.
So when I met you on the last Friday or Saturday or whatever day it was, were you Gizmo or were you Gavin?
Oh, my name tag. I wrote my real name down, which is Gavin. But
People call you Gizmo. You're referred to as Gizmo.
Weirdly enough, yes, I have noticed that my actual name seems to be dissipating. Like, even unlikely characters are like, "Oh, hey, Gizmo," and I'm like, "Wait, what? Oh, that's me." It's always part of me. It's either my ego or self. I haven't worked that one out yet. But maybe you can help me when we figure out the 3 into the 1.
Maybe you can help me come up with a stage name. I don't think people are gonna go far with calling me Francesca. It's too many syllables. My dad can't even pronounce my name.
Drunky McDrunkpants.
All right.
Well, that was a nice stop for the music. Absolutely perfect. Right. Okay. Well, I'm Gizmo. That's Drunky McDrunkpants, and this is TKR Mornings. Let's have a staycation with Gleisha. To be clear, I don't think she's drunk. Are you?
Not at all.
I wouldn't know. Right. Time to get the breathalyzer.
I know you've been stuck in a rut, baby. Been wanting to escape. Yeah. I know the money's tight lately. But we have other ways. Let's just throw our worries away. We can let loose today. And I know life's not our game to play. But we have the whole day. Let's take a trip to the market. Let's pretend we're in France. Blast the radio like we're in LA and dance. It's whatever you want. A trip to Taiwan. There's no limits when you have your mind switched on. So when your imagination lets your desires run deep, we could be anywhere from New York to Sydney. Babe, wherever we roam, whether it's Rome or Tokyo, there's no limits to the places we can go. Redefine a staycation. We do it better anyway. Yeah, we can reach nation to nation in our own little way. Let's just throw our worries away. We can let loose today. And I know life's not our game to play. But we have the whole day. Let's take a trip to the market. Let's pretend we're in France. Blast the radio like we're in LA and dance. It's whatever you want. It's long overdue to show some pity to myself. I've earned it. Looking back at what has been my life obsession, me this time I dared you. Didn't touch us out, the casket been pulled down. So what you waiting for? Final words and a grand close out for a song about a high screwed up. But if what I need is a miracle, my last chance to believe in you. If I can get a real miracle to relieve me of my grieving, I need you to spin it. I need you to spin it. Come save me right this minute. It hurts to admit every single time I try, I get nothing. Lots to do first, I tell myself, but I beg a good cry. I'm working. Would I be a fool to think I can undo it all? Wait a minute, but that it take me back, right where I started, and that's so far from the road I hate. But if all I need is a miracle, one last chance to believe in it. If I can get a real miracle to relieve me of my grieving, I need you to spin it. I need you to spin it. Come save me right this minute. So everyone out there going through a lot and thoughts of giving up, it's all that's on your mind. This is fair. Final words and the final words were a song. What if all I need is a miracle? A last chance to believe in it. If I can get a real miracle to relieve me of my grieving, I need you to spin it. If all I need is a miracle, a last chance to believe in it. If I can get a real miracle to relieve me of my grieving, I need you to spin it. I need you to spin it. Come save me right this minute.
This is TKR Mornings streaming live from Toronto.
Well, it looks like it's me, myself, and I. So, how do we do read it, read it, thread it with just me? Well, I mean, I'm very good at talking to myself and out loud in general, so eventually wherever Drunky McDrunky Pants has gone, she will return. But I'll set us all up for this, and when she comes back, we can get more into the depths of it. And this actually does come from the book that I wrote called One in a Loop with One, What is the Answer? It's a sort of a philosophical, tongue-in-cheek sort of book with a bit of humour and trying to answer the age-old question of what am I? What is the answer, right? So we basically got into a conversation about how myself and Echo discussing sort of how human emotions cause biases in logical and rational choices. And then we got into looking at Buddhism. And this is what the AI writes. Yes, Buddhism has a significant influence on various aspects of modern culture, including philosophy, psychology, and mindfulness practices. Many people have adopted Buddhist principles as a way of finding inner peace and contentment, as well as a means of understanding the nature of reality and their place within it. The emphasis on non-attachment, impermanence, and compassion has resonated with many people who are seeking to fulfill a more meaningful life. And my response was quite basic. I just went humans, and then in brackets ego for the emotional side of things, and then Vulcans in brackets self, the more logical, rational thinking process, and then the word discuss. So before we get into what AI said, what do you think? Did you hear any of that? Welcome back.
I'm back.
Having what? Quick cold shot.
No, what's the question? Give me a question.
Well, the question is, humans. Do you know? Well, actually, if you don't or have never watched Star Trek, this might be a little bit of a difficult pop culture reference. But do you know much about the basics of that?
No.
Nothing about Star Trek at all. Not.
No, I don't watch Star Trek. I'm not that much of a nerd. Sorry.
Oh, that's fine. Anyway, so I'll go into this, and then maybe you can chime in when you feel like it. So the concept of ego versus self is a common theme in many philosophical and spiritual traditions, including Buddhism, and it can be seen in the contrast between humans and Vulcans in the Star Trek universe. In Star Trek, humans are often depicted driven by their emotions, impulses, and ego, while the Vulcans are known for their rigorous training in emotional suppression and logical reasoning, with the ultimate goal of achieving a state of pure self-awareness. Now, the ego can be seen as that's focused on the personal desires, the self-preservation, and individuality, often at the expense of others. And the contrast with the self is more of a I can't even read my own book, that's shocking. Sorry, Vulcans represent the self, which is the deeper aspect of our being that is connected to a larger universal consciousness and seeks to transcend the limitations of the ego. So to sum it up, the contrast between humans and Vulcans in Star Trek can be seen as a metaphor for the struggle between ego and self in our own lives, and the need to find balance between the two to achieve a more fulfilling and meaningful existence. So my question is thus, yes, I'm being very fancy with my words today. If I said to you, you need to be more full of yourself, people need to be more full of themselves, what do you think that means?
More full of yourself?
Yeah.
I need to be more full of myself. You need to be more egotistic?
Yes and
That's
no.
how I interpret it.
Yeah, so here's the thing. When we hear that phrase, oh, you need to be more full of yourself, we as humans automatically attach a negative emotional reaction to that phrase. Oh, because you hear that. Oh, he's so full of himself. Oh, he's so cocky. He's full of himself. But actually, when I asked that question, it's actually what I saw, just a random reel online. Matthew McConaughey
You know, the guy who drives around in Lincoln's going, it's all right, all right, all right, or something along those lines. He basically was being interviewed, and he said he's been sort of looking into the sort of the self and the ego, where one stops, where the other begins. And he says actually people should be more full of themselves, their self, which is the sort of the better part, the less desire and greedy driven part, like the ego. And he says people are doing things, and it's very clear to see, half-assed. They're not fully themselves when they're doing the things, and I find it quite an interesting way of taking what is seen as a sort of negative context statement and being actually like, well, no, be full of yourself, not in an arrogant way, but it's like believing in not looking for that external validation. For example, myself and you, Francesca, we do this show, and we've said it time and time again. We don't care about the numbers. We're not too bothered if nobody ever actually tunes in and listens, because we have interesting conversations and listen to some cool music. And I was going somewhere with that. Maybe you'd like to chime in.
Okay, so I like what you said. However, I'm going to organize it a little bit differently, just the way that I kind of learned and the way I like to understand material, because if we're talking about like Freud, obviously he was a psychologist back in his day. He was a great philanthropist, right? He had different theories. He wrote a lot of different books, et cetera, et cetera. I actually worked with a professor very closely on this topic. His concepts are, you have the id, ego, and the superego. You've heard of that, right?
Yeah.
And so that's how
that's being
that's
the
one
self,
of the most...
right?
Sorry?
The id being technically the self, because there is an interchange in sort of words there. So there's the ego.
I know what you're thinking, like id. The id is, so really it's just like, the id is the instinctual part of the brain. So it acts on impulses and immediate gratification. This is the thing that we want to delay, right? The thing that if you want something great in life, you can't expect it right away. You got to be patient. You got to let things happen, because great things don't come overnight, right?
Good things come
unless
to
you win the
those who
lottery.
wait. Yes, but that's...
Other than that, though, if you want to work hard towards something, you gotta be patient. You gotta let time go. Then there's the ego, the other level, which is in the balance. It's in the middle spectrum, which helps to balance out the two ends. So the other end being the superego, which acts on morals and beliefs. So we have a tendency, I should say, of acting on moral superiority based on what we believe the way we should act in social context. So kind of like our dress code, kind of like, being respectful to one another, anything that can hinder the way that you present yourself in a herd, in a group, right? I always kind of like to have a little bit of sense of feeling like we are humans and we are people, but we are attached in some way as an instinctual animal group, and we like to act in ways that will not eliminate ourselves from the group, right? Because then you'll be left behind. It's just an instinctual part of our brain. So we have the id and the ego in the middle, and then the super ego. And I think that balancing those and understanding how they interact is really what shapes our identity and our personality. And this is definitely supported by Freud himself. That's one concept that you can spend a whole hour lecture on.
Right. Okay.
Then you have the different levels of consciousness, right? The conscious, the unconscious, the preconscious, the subconscious, right? Subliminal messages that can get in the way of that. So it's really interesting how those things can kind of interact and shape your personality.
That is interesting that you bring that up, because it's the one thing I would be very clear that in the book I've amalgamated sort of the multiple things into one to try and get a better understanding. So I've taken Freud, the superego, the ego, the id, but I've also taken Buddhism, where it's changed its self, ego, and then you've got non-ego, non-self, and these additions to it. And with some programming code and pop culture references, I basically rewrote everything people have been saying for ages, so it's nothing new.
Okay, so are you you're kind of making you're being like a typical like author, right? You wrote a book, you have your own kind of conclusions that you're drawing that you want to share with people.
I would say
because you're bringing Buddhism into it. I find that really interesting because that's kind of like, what about Catholicism and all their other religions? How come you're targeting specifically on the Buddhism? I'm just curious.
Well, last time I checked, Buddhists aren't known for going on religious crusades, so I thought they were the safest option to use as an example. Mainly because of my style of humour. I like to poke fun at everything, because when you look into it in general, you're a tiny little speck on a little rock hurtling around a giant explosion falling through space at 1,000,000 miles a day. So I technically classify as insensitive to others, but it's never, when I say ridiculous things, it's mainly because life is ridiculous and you got to put a smile on your face at the end of the day when things are tough. So when it comes to this book and the conversation, it's not just my conclusion. It's artificial intelligence's conclusion with me. So it's not just me writing a book. I don't have the time for that. It was just a conversation that I had with what was originally ChatGTP, and I copied and pasted the whole thing, and it made a 157-page book where we delve into like self-awareness, consciousness, reflection, all these things, and we come to the conclusion that the answer is one. And one is choice, and the concept of 1 and 0s in binary is actually 1, 0, 1. And here's the next pin that we need to put into quantum mechanics and Schrodinger's cat, because these all tie into the ego, the self, and the
Gizmo has a little bit more brain cells than I thought.
Gizmo's, see, this is it. Gizmo plays dumb, but he's more intelligent than he likes to let you folks know, because
those are the ones that are actually very intelligent. The people who like to act and play dumb. I do that a lot.
That's my ego speaking, isn't it? Well, we're falling again. This is Shelby Cordell on TKO Mornings. You're listening to Read It, Read It, Thread It.
Meet me at the door, holding flowers. Take me by the hand, talking for hours. Tell me your fears, so maybe I'll tell you mine. But if I do it, maybe be different this time. Say you pick me up at 8 and you called it a day. Haven't felt this way, and I'm scared at this rate. But I'm trusting my gut, my heart can't fool me this time. Because if it does, I'm running for my life. Falling again, I think I'm falling again. Yeah, it's fun and exciting till you break my heart, and then I'm on the bathroom floor, right back where it hurts. Calling my friends, saying I think I fell again. Falling again, I think I'm falling again. Yeah, it's fun and exciting till you break my heart, and then I'm on the bathroom floor, right back where it hurts. Calling my friends, saying I'll never fall again. I'll never fall again. I'll never fall again. Where will I to if you go? But what could happen if you stay? Falling again, I think I'm falling again. Yeah, it's fun and exciting till you break my heart, and then I'm on the bathroom floor, right back where it hurts. Calling my friends, saying I think I fall again. Falling again, I think I'm falling again. Yeah, it's fun and exciting till you break my heart, and then I'm on the bathroom floor, right back where it hurts. Calling my friends, saying I'll never fall again. I'll never fall again. I'll never fall again. Summer nights all alive as we drown in the moonlight. We collide in plain sight. dangerous. 'Cause in the end we're all familiar faces. We're young, wild, enjoy the ride. We made it. We made it. I don't need no sleep, 'cause I'm already dreaming. Already dreaming. Say you'll never leave, because I love the feeling. Love the feeling. By myself awake at night. See you through my lucid eyes. Whoa, I don't need no sleep, 'cause I'm already dreaming. Already dreaming. I don't need no sleep, 'cause I'm already dreaming. Already dreaming.
Above K, featuring Tart. I don't think that's how it's pronounced. Sorry, what was that?
What an amazing voice.
Absolutely. All the more reason for you to come out. Sunday night, Supermarket, Natalie King, Above K. Who needs sleep this weekend? All of these events you must come to.
Who needs sleep? Imagine making a song that says, I don't need no sleep.
That's like the
I
anthem
love
of my
some sleep.
life. Who needs sleep,
Yeah.
eh? Who
Such a
knows?
sweet song.
It is. It is a good one. So, we were discussing ego versus self, and obviously there are sort of three things that interplay with one another, but they collectively make up one thing, right? So, we were discussing the ego, the self, the superego. Now let's look at Christianity.
Okay.
I feel like the safest one to go with. So you've got.
Oh.
I didn't say anything. It's personal opinion, nothing more. Stop. No. Brain. Not allowed. So basically, what's there? Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. The three into one concept. Now that motif came before Jesus in the story in the Bible. For those of you who believe that the Earth is more than 2,000 years old, and it's this. It comes down to the question you asked me. It was either last week or the week before. Do I believe in God? And it's like, well, depends on how you define it, because there are multiple things. Like we have our sort of like our conscious mind, as you said, the subconscious mind, and then we have almost that collective species consciousness. I mean, you've heard the phrases: if you're one in a million, so that means if there's 2 million, there's someone identical to you. There's that whole thing where twins finish each other's sentences much more, and they know what the other one's feeling because there's that underlying concept. So I don't think I ever asked you the question: do you believe in a god? Not necessarily the one with the white beard and the red hat and the big.
That's a big question. I feel like I want to answer this question so bad, but I'm thinking how every minute of whatever I say is like, yeah, that's what she believes in. It's recorded.
This is off the record.
I don't know. I want to be honest. Like, I would love to believe in a god. I think that would be amazing, but I just don't know. I haven't really thought about. I mean, I see a lot of shit happening, that's for sure, and it definitely makes me come down to believing in that. But is it just like? Is it really a god? Like what's going on? Like,
that's a good question. Is it really God? Well, one of the key things about the God, as they put it, that he created man in his image. It's basically, I'm God. I'm going to make man identical into my image, which then would suggest, and this is where people might get a little irked by this idea. I'm not saying it's a fact, that what if we are our own gods in our, like the architects of our own reality, right? So perhaps.
No, exactly. I mean, like, you can pretty much decide what you want to do, but at the same time, there's a lot of things that are already kind of predetermined. Like, you didn't decide the jeans that you were gonna have. You probably didn't even decide the jeans you're gonna wear today. It's a joke.
You're in my head. I'm like, how do I make that a funny? Well, leave it up to Francesca. No, and it's interesting how you tied in predeterminism and like fate that we were discussing yesterday, Wednesday, Monday. It's all threading
Every day.
together so nicely.
I can't remember.
And this sort of ties into, well, we are in control of the moment. Right now, I could just do whatever I wanted to right now.
But you're in control to a certain extent. You know what I mean? Like, you have some, like, you can raise your hand, you could do, like, those types of things, but,
I can
like,
mute your
you still
microphone.
pay your taxes.
Yeah, well, death and taxes, the two things certain in life, right? But, like, on that sort of more, sort of deeper note of, do you think that man has overthought the concept of what is the answer to the meaning of life? Do you think we've
This
become
is getting too deep.
so...
I'll be honest with you.
Hey, you wanted
gonna
Philosophical Fridays? Wait till you talk
this
to Echo.
is where I start ripping pieces of paper because the conversation gets too deep.
This is why I've been making bullet points on a piece of paper to be like, okay. And interestingly, it all started with bean juice this morning. And we've now got to the topic of God and are we our own architects of our reality and predeterminism
This
versus
topic. This is a great
choice.
topic. Keep going.
Absolutely. So, have you probably haven't, but I'm going to ask anyway, have you seen the movie Cloud Atlas?
No.
So I really would recommend, if you're enjoying this conversation, watch that movie. It's all about the fact that in the moment right now, all of what I'm doing and what you're doing will have a predetermined effect on the future, right? So not just my future, but everybody's future from next week to 100 years to 1,000 years from now.
Yeah.
But how all of those things and the genetics in groups of people, it all sort of carries through. So basically, my ancestors all got drunk one day 300 years ago, got in a boat and robbed the rest of the world. So the predetermined outcome is there are people out there who have got a sort of kind of chip on their shoulder about the British because we did go around fucking up the world with reckless abandon. Obviously, we stopped that when we finally started to be like, okay, you can have your stuff back, but not really. I digress. The point being is, would we be here to have the free will to have this conversation if my ancestors hadn't been total twats?
Are you saying if they didn't go on their voyage, would we be here today? Would you be doing what you're doing? Would Gizmo still be alive?
Yeah, would a Gizmo even existed to begin with, right? It's that predetermined, well, there is no fate but what we make for ourselves. However, that's not the full story, because there's 9 billion of us on this planet. There's a lot of sort of ideas and free will which will clash.
I know, and when I think about this, my mind gets really, like, I get a lot of anxiety because I'm just like, it's not just about whether for example, whether my parents were to meet, would I be born, blah, blah, blah. It's just like, well, their parents had to meet, they had to get married. Like, it's all in the
butterfly effect.
In the tree, right?
Absolutely.
And then if you go further back than that, though, because it's like, okay, like, depending on what years you're talking about, like, my mind is broken. Like, you're trying to figure out at what point did we come about, before or after the dinosaurs, like, what had to happen for the chain reaction to happen, for that to happen, for me to end up here today.
Okay, wow, you've literally just gone back to the beginning of time. I was not expecting that.
But that's the question, right? We want to know what started all this. Like, is the start that we think of it is that really the start, or are we really just like Like, we like to think the Earth was the start of the creation, but maybe there was something before that.
Wow, you're opening up a can of worms, my dear. There's many ways we can go with this conversation, but I want to.
I like to believe in science, and the Big Bang Theory is something that they actually are pretty confident. They're like 99% confident on the Big Bang Theory. I know you're laughing there, but
It's just the way you worded it. I like to believe in science. I mean, that's great. Even if you didn't like to believe in science, science is fact until it's proven not to be fact.
Thank you. Amen to that, because oh god.
Come on, keep going.
Do you believe that there's some people that believe that we shouldn't believe in science and then we shouldn't believe in religion, but like I believe that they both have a different purpose, and that's kind of what the same idea what my professors tend to have. Some people like to say no, science doesn't exist, it's all based on religion, and then some people say vice versa, but I think they both have their own purpose for what they are, and you shouldn't try to blend the two too much. Like, maybe there's some overlap to some extent, but I think that they both serve different purpose.
I mean, on the most part, I feel that science and religion should at least be have a restraining order, should be at least 500 feet apart at any one time, not be allowed in the same room, because science and religion have always butted heads. I mean, look at the Dark Ages.
But it's interesting when
it's
interesting when there's certain groups that try to have a little bit of explanation for them, like Scientology, trying to come up with a little bit of understandings if there might be a correlation between the two.
I'm going to skirt around that Scientology statement for now. I get where you're coming from, but I think the difference is, and now please correct me if I'm wrong, I may have missed a thing, but I don't know a time where religion proved science wrong. But there are countless times where science proved religion wrong. And it's not a case of who's right or who's wrong, but one is based on sort of faith and belief, and the other one is based on factual data points and tangible things. Which is why then obviously people say, well, I believe in God, and just because I can't see him, he's not there. So your science is nonsense because God made it anyway. I mean, it's a valid argument from your standpoint of a faith-based ego-emotional response, and that's fine. But science will come back and say, no, you're wrong, here's the evidence. And not every religious person, but a lot of sort of the very religious people will get incredibly frustrated when you say that. I'm sure this conversation will come across a few people who will see it and probably just switch off and go away because they're like, oh, what does he know? He doesn't know anything. Science is all made up.
But we're not trying to say that that we know. We're trying to understand and break this down, because one side will say it's based on the Big Bang Theory, and these series of events are countlessly happening millions or if not trillions of times, where the stars basically blow up and create new stars and new sets of matter. And then the other point is saying, well, no, it was all because of God, and God created the earth and the animals and everything about it, and that's the end of the story. So it's really difficult when there's really two different sides to it.
Yeah, I mean, I think honestly, maybe God just had a really spicy burrito the day before, let out a fart, and boom, the universe was created. But if we're gonna go on that concept for a moment of like the God, the creation, the 7 days, you'd think at some point when humans started writing the Bible, did you ever think that maybe, just maybe, one day God would reach down into like a scribe's arm and go, oh yeah, when he was doing like Genesis, he's like, oh yeah, but before that there were dinosaurs, but they were crap, so fuck them. It's an interesting way of like, science doesn't try and tell you how to live, it just tells you kind of like what is happening and what is, right? Whereas religion can be very dogmatic. And the fact is, after 2,000 years, what was probably written in the Bible then, obviously I I have no access to the original Bibles, but will be completely different to what's written today. I mean, I can say this for a fact, like, King James has a version of the Bible. He rewrote parts of the Bible. King James, sort of 1600s. Then you got Henry VIII, who got so annoyed with Catholicism because he wasn't allowed to get divorced and remarry. He went, screw it, I'm making my own religion, but basically copying the most of it, but saying that I can get divorced and have as many wives as I want. And there's an edition of the King Henry VIII edition
And what
of the
religion is
Bible.
that?
King Henry VIII is Protestant, so basically a form of Christianity, right?
Okay, yeah. Protestants, yeah, I know what you're talking about. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so religion, it can be. There's nothing wrong with religion. It's good to it's a belief structure. It helps people sort of make sense of the chaos. But when it becomes too much about the religion itself rather than the people with the religion, that's when you end up with problems, as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, you don't want to turn it into a cult.
Unlike the Kindness Revolution, which is 100% a cult, and we will be serving Kool-Aid. And I'm sure that's giving everyone some anxiety, along with Grey Lee. This is TKL Mornings. I'm Gizmo, and that's Francesca.
To talk about my feelings, let it out behind closed doors. Isn't that what rooms are for? It's not that I'm afraid to find a deeper meaning. I have felt it all before, but I hide it in my core. I can't stand always walking the wire. My hands are shaking and I'm not a crier, but I need tears in my eyes on fire. On fire. Anxiety is killing me, and
This is TKR Mornings streaming live from Toronto.
Well, this is a fraction on the awkward side. The lion has got out of his cage. The feature artist has escaped. Ellie the lion. Yeah, see what I did there? Yeah. I don't know what's going
What
on.
a great conversation this morning.
Absolutely. I'm not entirely sure what's going on here, but I've literally just tried to click on all the links, on a website and things to go to the YouTube, the stream. None of it's connecting, saying user not found. So, gonna have to get in contact with her after this show and be like, hey, let's have a quick chat. Show me where your music is so we can get this spotlight done. Because I found it on my phone yesterday. I was going through and I was making sure all organized. Come to my PC. My PC's like, nope, user not found, user not found. And I've tried the multiple spellings and all various things, which actually, coincidentally enough, leads me on to some advice I want to give the independent artists. There are so many different options out there for where you want to stream, how you get people to your accounts. And one of the ones that I have seen is quite popular is Linktree. Pretty straightforward, it's free to use. You can set up a very simple page, which you give that to somebody and then they can go find your Instagram, your TikTok, your YouTube, your website, whatever it may be. But from someone who's looking for music, looking to try and find your music in a certain manner, I mean, personally, I prefer Spotify, but I'll listen to sort of SoundCloud. I don't do the Apple Music, unfortunately. And laying out and making sure that your music links are top of whatever it is. I'm sure there's other things you want to include about yourself, like a bio and all these things, but make sure it's very visible that you can see where the link to Spotify is, the little logo, the link to YouTube, the link to, and make it easy for people to find your music. It's not
Keep it simple, stupid.
absolutely indeed, and obviously she's not calling you stupid. But at the same effect is...
No, it stands for KISS. Keep it simple, stupid.
Oh, yes.
Ever heard of that?
Yes, I do remember that one. And my favourite one has to be from Bucky. It's called Focus.
You thought I was calling her stupid?
No, I thought you were calling other people stupid. Maybe I'm a little stupid. But I need to focus. It's F off because you're stupid. Which I thought was a great breakdown for the word focus as an acronym. But yeah, the key thing is the focus. When you look at your site, when you look at your Linktree, what is your focus? Like, what are you trying to achieve? What is your return on investment? And I don't mean financially, just you've got this thing there. What is the thing you want people to see first and go to first? Because it's not about them. It's about you. It's about you, your art, and your music. For the most part, when we're talking about musicians. So make that the primary focus, because I'm seeing on some of them, I'm not going to name names because I wouldn't do that, that a musician's got all of this other stuff at the top, and you have to scroll down quite a long way. And I know it sounds like I'm whinging, but you have to scroll down a long way before you even get to the Spotify playlists and the music links. I'm like, well, you're like, on your profile, on your Instagram profile, you're saying, hey, this is me. Go check out here to find my music. Link in bio. Great. You start to lose people with that link in bio when they have to, honestly, because people are pathetic, have to click more than 3 or 4 times. If they know where it is, but then have to look for it, they will probably turn away and go somewhere
say link
easier.
in bio and it's not in your link in bio? Like, make it really obvious, because I'm like that too. I mean, like, if you have some kind of website or shop or something going on, I would pretty much imagine it to be right on your bio. Like, where else do you expect me? Do you expect me to go watch all your freaking videos? Like, I'm not doing that.
Yes, I do. No, but you bring up a valid point. It's got to be.
Not your videos. I'm
No.
talking in general.
No, I didn't.
Yeah,
My
go watch
videos are
all
your
of
videos.
Gizmo's videos. Every single fucking clip. Every single one.
Every single one. Probably have to end up buying a new battery for your phone at this rate. The amount of messages that I send to you, getting messages.
Pretty much.
Oh, fantastic! Gonna try and get one of my engineering friends on next week for Technology Thursdays, because he just went back to the space. He just went to the Kennedy Center, the Space Center. Well, no, he didn't go to space, but he went to the place where the spacemen live, which is very, very
Is he
cool.
an astronaut?
No, he's an engineer.
Oh,
He's a
wow,
mechanical
okay.
engineer.
Space engineer?
He worked with me and a bunch of other brilliant engineers to enter a science competition to design the first cities on Mars. And
wow.
Yeah, we came third. But we'll talk about that next week. Oh yeah, then the Earth is the God may exist or he may not, but I can tell you now, the Earth is round. That is it. Well, it's
okay,
not round,
thanks
it's
for
spherical.
confirming that.
Well, you never know.
Thinking it was flat.
These people these days. I mean, technically, relatively speaking, the Earth is flat. When like my living room isn't round; it's perfectly flat. So I can see why people get so easily confused that they think the whole planet's flat, because from where we're standing, yeah, and Winnipeg, even more so, because that place is flat for 300
Have people
kilometers
lost
around.
their goddamn minds?
If by people
Like,
you mean
really?
me, then yes.
No, not you. I mean, in general. Just if you really still think that the Earth is flat, I don't know. I don't know.
Well, this is it. People are.
Are your eyes flat? Like things that are round, are they flat? No.
It must be tricky when these flat earthers.
You can listen. A simple explanation. If you had a marble, right, a ball, and you put it on your desk, and then you took a pencil, and then you put it on top. Like pretend that obviously my fist is not a perfect sphere, but pretend that it is, and then you take a pencil and you put it on any surface of it. Look what it looks like.
I'm just about to do this experiment. I happen to have a small cherry tomato.
Thank you.
It's round enough, and then I'm balancing.
Obviously, that's difficult because it's a pen.
Ah, no, that just.
But the idea that your eye level is what you can only see on the horizon. Ha ha ha.
Oh, clever.
I could be good at your job too.
I was going to say the bean juice finally kicked in. She's awake. I'm getting that.
I don't even. I think this is embarrassing that I need to explain this to people. I'm not explaining this. That's embarrassing to my own intelligence to figure it out.
What I think you're doing is what they call preaching to the choir. All of us who know this are listening to you basically have a rant, and that's fine. You're entitled to it because stupid people are irritating.
They
Especially
are
when
very
they're like, it's okay to have beliefs, believe in stuff. That's fine, but when it isn't grounded in any form of reality, and you try and put apparently the statistic is 25% of the people on this planet.
25% what?
Sorry, my microphone cut out. 25% of the people believe that the Earth is flat. That's 25% of 9 billion people. That is a large number of idiots.
That's it? Only 1 in 4 people are morons these days? Oh, it's not.
Yeah,
too bad.
but what's 9 billion divided
I thought
by?
more than that.
No, hold on. 9 divided by 9. Oh, 9 billion. How many zeros is that? That's 99 million. That's near as makes no difference. Divide that by 4.
That's just a number I can't even read. There's got lots of zeros in it. There's basically, how is that even a number? Sorry,
I'm doing math. I've always been very terrible at quick mental arithmetic.
9 billion?
Divided by 4. What am I trying to achieve here? Oh, that's it.
Never mind.
I got it.
Yeah, needless to say,
I think it's more than that.
4.5 divide that by 2. 2.25 billion people are stupid. That's the math.
You know what?
Mhm.
Depending on what you mean by stupid, because we like to base stupidity, and then we like to say that you have a certain IQ determines whether you're below a certain level of intelligence, right? So that's a whole other can of worms. Okay,
Yeah,
we
I
don't
mean-
have to get into it today.
No, absolutely. And when I say stupid, I mean thicker than pictured. Like, no clue, no ability to even consider another point of view. Even if the other point of view is wrong,
That is stupid.
just
Yeah, that's
not
stupid.
not enough brain cells.
But is that stupid, or is that just like arrogance, closed-mindedness,
it's
like people...
ignorance more than anything.
Yeah.
But to be,
It's okay, because you know what? Survival of the fittest and natural selection will take
Yeah, but
over,
we-
so those
no,
people
but
will
it's not, it's-
automatically be banished.
it's not anymore because we keep safety proofing everything. Like seatbelts in cars, airbags, put those little plastic things over like sockets so kids don't stick
Oh,
their
you don't
finger in
believe
it.
in seatbelts now?
No, I 100% believe in seatbelts. They saved my life on multiple occasions. That makes me sound like a terrible driver. I'm actually a very good driver. One of them wasn't my fault.
No,
I
it's
was
not
6.
you. It's all the other driver
I was
idiots that are
6
out
and I wasn't driving, and it was a BMW driver, so no, that wasn't my fault. The second one, it was raining. We'll just leave it there. The third one,
You
I-
can count. Wow.
yeah, I
How
counted
many
up
DUIs
to.
you have?
Clever. I counted up to 3, and the third one, which was quite spectacular according to the bystanders, I tried to make a Mazda 3 take off and fly, and I successfully managed to do that. What I forgot is they don't land too well. Basically, someone pulled out in front of me on icy conditions, and I just launched into the air. But that
Oh god.
I was wearing my seatbelt because if I wasn't, I would have not fared at all well. That is for sure. So yeah, always wear your seatbelts. But yeah, the safety proofing is why it's not really
No, I know
survival
what
of
you're
the
saying.
smartest or the
Be
fittest anymore.
gentle.
It's
Be
survival.
nice.
It's the
Don't
survival.
offend people.
No, offends people. Not maliciously, but don't worry about people getting offended because them being offended is a subjective perspective from their eyes.
Welcome
So
to the weak, delicate, Hunani
snowflakes.
generation.
No, it really is. It's like if there is a god, he's probably equally as frustrated as I am about the sheer dumpster fire that we're having to save, which is the point of this morning show. We're going to kill you all with kindness. Because anything can be a weapon if used in the correct manner. Even cheese.
It's 9 o'clock. Is there another song, or is it end of the show?
What does your ego say?
It's time for TKR mornings.
Ah, yes, it is. It is very much indeed time for the best piece of music right here.
The rhythm and the flow. Ooh, yeah! TKR mornings in the speakers, let that morning sunshine grow. Who needs FM when there's Francesca and Gizmo? Keep on rolling, rolling.
Here you go.
Let that music play. Play it loud. Morning to the night, in my right, feel right. Everything gonna be alright. Down the highway, got the rhythm.
It's so good, I'm doing it again. Oh, look! It's Groundhog Day. Did you see what we did there? Looped it back around, threaded it through, slapping that monkey, flicking at those switches, and yeah, keep it rolling. That was quite the insightful conversation, Francesca. Thank you for that. I'm still not sure if you actually believe in a god or not.
We'll find out on the next show.
I mean, in the grand scheme of my life, it doesn't matter. If you believe in God or not, as long as you're happy with your choices, then really in the grand scheme of
My
things.
answer to that is I'm still on the hunt to figure it out. Hopefully, before I die, I will be more sure of that answer. Hopefully.
Well, maybe
Hopefully.
my book will help you. This Sunday is Natalie King's EP release, which we're going to. So do text me and I'll sign the copy of the book and I'll actually bring it with me and we will further on this conversation. Anyway, it's 9:02. It's the 11:22 show for TKR Mornings. Philosophy Fridays. That's Drunky McDrunkface or Francesca. She needs a nickname and it can't be that because that's terrible. So,
No, I'll take it. I'll take it.
Drunky McDrunk. All right. Well, I'm Gizmo. That's Drunky McDrunkface. We're heading into the weekend. Have a phenomenal one. We'll see you
Have a
all
laugh.
on Monday, 7 a.m.
Sign out. Peace.